Beginning of our second month in this carnivore challenge. We're going to go another 30 days. November has 30 days, right? Yeah, 30 days. And let's see all the fun things, all the really beautiful things that are going to start happening with this moving into the carnivore lifestyle. Let's kind of take note of the small things that you don't really notice that might be getting better. You know yourself. You know the ups and downs of your own life. So just kind of be that fly on the wall and just watch what's going to happen this month in your life, in your health, in your mind frame, in your emotional frame of how things are going in your life. And I think that in this month, you will also discover some other pretty cool things that are happening on this carnivore challenge. The more you are in the carnivore sphere and not too quickly, you will in fact see a lot of things. Not only that your herpes outbreaks are like diminishing. Good morning. That's just what I was thinking. Another outbreak-free morning. Really? I mean, you're in your third week now, right, of no outbreaks. Hello, right? Hello. Something is happening. And if it's not happening in your third week, for others out there who are trying carnivore to help with their herpes outbreaks, it'll happen. It took me 6 months, but then it happened. Like it really happened. And I was not on the continual weekly kind of. I was in the beginning when I first started having HSV1 outbreaks. I've always had cold sores. But then I got like that kind of outbreak from my nose to my chin, my entire mouth, inside and out. I mean, it was awful. I got those from a scare because I got terrified because I got a mole taken out and tested for cancer. And it was in situ, right? I'm like on the way to becoming a cancerous thing, apparently, from what that means. Fixing my hair a little bit. And from the fear of that, I had this, I started having these really big outbreaks, the stress of it, right? And it was from June to March where I had to stick my food in a blender because I couldn't open my mouth to eat. For most of the time, obviously, when they healed, then I could eat. And I went through everything. I tried everything on the planet. Everything from homeopathic medications to, all herbal concoctions to diet. And that was when that's when I first tried the raw vegan diet from Dr. Gabriel Cushion's, a vegan guy who took people with heart problems and diabetes and put them on a raw vegan diet and monitored them. He did it for like a month. And a couple of people left, and the ones that stayed, they pretty much healed themselves by being raw fruits, nuts, and seeds sprouted. Okay. And I thought, well, I'll give that a try. I had nothing else to lose. The carnivore diet was not even on the spectrum. There was no name for it then. It wasn't around. But that was. And I also have my very, very best friend. Her mom was also doing pretty much a raw vegan kind of thing. I don't know exactly, but it was really weird back then when I was growing up, because at my breakfast table there was Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch, and at her breakfast table there was sprouted stuff all over the place, right? So I remembered my friend's mom, and I thought, well, she had some form of cancer. I don't know what it was. I think it was probably skin cancer. And she was saying that she had healed herself through this diet. And I mean, that was back in the 1970s. And who the heck knew anything about anything back then? So I thought, well, I'll do it for 30 days and see what happens. And I cut out all wheat, sugar, although I was getting sugars from the fruits that I was eating, and I was eating a lot of fruits. But wheat, sugar, any kind of oils except for olive oils. Olive oil, I really didn't do, because I live on this island. There was no such thing as sesame seed oil. There was no such thing as avocado oil at the time. The only kind of oils that were available to us was olive oil, obviously. I'm in Greece. And corn oil and things like that. But I got rid of all of those because, I mean, who wants to put corn oil on their salad? You know, olive oil. And thankfully, olive oil was what I used. I got rid of everything else. I got rid of all meats and butters and dairy, all of that. I got rid of it. And I saw an improvement. I stopped getting those continual outbreaks. And you're like, but you're carnivore now. Yes. I stopped getting those outbreaks. And I felt really good. I did. I felt great. I got rid of the flour. I got rid of flour. I got rid of anything that wasn't made by the earth. And I did a period of time on that. And I felt great. I actually believed that I would never eat anything else but this raw vegan diet. And I loved it. I did. I loved it. And then I was hungry, and I had lost a lot of weight, and I kept wanting to nibble on and divert. So I started adding in bread, and I would bake my own bread. And I thought that was great. If I was making my own bread, it's fine. I can eat it, right? And eating rice and pasta. I started bringing all of that in. So I was no longer a raw vegan. And as soon as that happened, I started getting outbreaks again. And they were small. They weren't big, huge things, right? But as time went on, I mean, this was just in the first year. I was raw vegan from like March until September. And then I started adding in other foods. We would go on trips into the mountains here in Greece, and they had, all these homemade baked spanakopita and cheese pies and all these things with the phyllo dough that was handmade, and you're thinking, I can eat that. I can eat that. And local baked village bread that, okay, right? It was really good. And so I was eating all of that. And things just started happening again. I started getting more and more outbreaks. I tried to go raw vegan again, but I was never satisfied. I always felt hungry. I had to eat something. I was drinking all of my teas. I was doing all of the herbal medicine stuff. I was doing everything that I could possibly think of. But the outbreaks kept coming, and they started getting bad again. So then I just figured that, well, I'm stuck with this. So I just said, maybe if I stop stressing about the herpes outbreaks, they'll stop. Maybe if I can just keep my life calm and everything, that no upsets, no this or that, then I won't get an outbreak. But I was getting them every month and a few weeks, like maybe every month and a half. And then I would get them, they would just get worse and worse and worse, and coming onto different parts of my body as the years went on. And so I thought being vegan was healthy, that it was the best that I could do. And I couldn't go back to being raw vegan. I think if I was able to sustain a raw vegan kind of lifestyle, I probably never would have come to this. I would have thought that it was perfectly fine. However, I have the sense that eventually, although I think foods that come from the earth and that are not bastardized. Am I back? There we go. Am I back? I had a Wi-Fi thing. So anyways, the years went by. I just thought that this is what I was going to live with. And yeah, I'm back. I'm glad. Sorry about that. It's my Wi-Fi. It's always unpredictable. So here's the thing. The story is, you all know, I ended up trying carnivore as a last resort. And then I was going to completely give up. And we're talking, oh boy, I mean, 10, 12, a 12-year span when I really was focusing on the diet, like fixing my diet, finding something that's going to work, staying away from arginine enriched foods and moving towards lysine rich foods in the vegan world. And then, okay, I started eating fish because my husband is a fisherman and everything that I own is from fish. So I actually I have internet troubles apparently. So I won't go into all my stories. Remind me to tell you the story of the vegan group here in Greece, which was my first taste of how dogmatic the vegan mentality is, and how dogmatic I had become as well, although not quite as much as that. And that was my first jolt of what? No. So anyways, they basically just shunned me because they asked me who I was and what I did. And I'm like, I live on this Greek island. I live in, northern Greece on this island. My husband's a fisherman, blah, 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 right? You introduce yourself. This is my life. This is what I do. And they all came back. And we're like, how can you even pretend to be vegan when you're living with a fisherman? And I was like, excuse me? When I married the fisherman and I moved to this island, I was not vegan. I was not, veganism didn't even exist as far as anybody knew. What are you talking about? If in the course of my life I'm trying to change my diet for my own health and it happens to be the vegan diet, I'm going to like divorce my husband, shun my kids who are not vegan, and push everybody out. And that is seriously the response that I got. It was insane. I was like, oh my God, talk about being dogmatic. And that was my first taste of it. So then after that, I just shut up and stopped trying to convert everybody to veganism. Anyways, moving forward, I came to the carnivore diet after going through the entire spectrum from raw vegan all the way over. And found my peace, found joy, found a lot of the positive impact that I had being raw vegan, eating raw, earth foods, whole foods from the earth, not packaged stuff, whole foods from the earth, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. I ate all of that. Very similar to being carnivore. The difference is that I am more vibrantly healthy with the carnivore 12 years later at 60 than I was at 48. I do not need to eat all the time. Big thing for me, right? I'm not in the kitchen. I lived for creating my food, to sprout the food, to, make sure I changed the water twice a day while I was sprouting beans and this and that or the other thing. And moving that all into a continual kitchen. That's what you have to do in the raw vegan world. You have to be in the kitchen all the time. Well, I don't think that we are meant to be in the kitchen all the time. So with carnivore, I have the same benefits, if not more. I would say more because I'm 60, like 57, 58, 59, 58, 59, 60, I guess somewhere around there. 57 and a half when I went carnivore. And I once a day, and the entire full day I'm energized. I have no emotional ups and downs. I did when I was raw vegan. I still had the ups and downs. They weren't as bad though. It wasn't like a huge thing, but they were there. And it was great, but not great like it is now. It's great now. Ultimately, I believe that when I am metabolically healthy and when I go in and do my blood tests, when I'm able to soon, hopefully, to see where everything is at again, and then check, where I was in the beginning of this carnivore thing, and my Hashimoto's is down. It's like, I don't have it. I don't have it. It doesn't exist in me. So what I want to see is the rest of me and the herpes. I've got 4 viruses that were, in my blood tests. Who knows what will happen now if I go in? There's some people saying out there that maybe I won't show anything. And, can that happen? Can you really actually heal in that kind of way where you don't have the virus anymore? I kind of don't believe that. I mean, it's like something that lives with you for your entire life. So that seems to be the main sphere of how herpes works. So herpes just lives in your body. It's just there. I don't care in my spell at once. I don't care. I care about the outbreaks. I don't want the outbreaks. And most people, anyways, have their herpes and don't even know they have it. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. But in this next month, you guys, we got another 30 days. You're doing great. I am so impressed. Sniper Jordan, especially, I'm dancing. I am doing my happy dance for you and with you, and I'm standing right beside you. And let's just see where this goes. Let's keep going. If you slip off the wagon a little bit, yeah, you know how I feel about that. Understand when it happens, why it happened, and just get back on track. Because, if you're 3 weeks and a few days with no outbreaks, gee, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens this month. And anybody else who wants to come along for the carnivore ride that we are on, if you're just starting out, we may be in month 2 of the 30-day carnivore challenge, but if you want to join in as your first month, that's perfectly fine with me. I'll put a link in the description below of our Discord channel. Got herpes? Eat meat. And you can come along over there and hook up with us and have a place where you can talk about what's going on with you, your journey, your process. There's people in there who are, have been like me, suffering for quite a long time, and it's about time to get rid of it. By the way, I have also done all the antivirals for, years, and I got a little bit better. It's not that I got better. I got a little bit better. I still got my outbreaks. They were still pretty bad. They were just not as bad. I prefer today, where I am out in the sun, which is something I couldn't do before. I am free to move around, go out in public, and not be all puffy and gross and, my genitals, everything, right? Just what a mess. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, I don't even carry lysine with me anymore. I used to always carry lysine with me, no matter where I went, just in case. And I don't need to do that anymore. So it's like the fear of it, I'm releasing the fear of it because I know. And I want you all to have that same confidence, to come to that same place of knowing that there will be no outbreaks, of knowing that you can freely go outside. You can freely be with other people without worrying about it, right? That you can freely be a part of your culture and just feel dang good. I mean, really good, vibrant, sleeping well. If you snore, you're going to stop snoring. Trust me, I don't know why that happens, but it does. You're going to have this energy. Your emotional spikes are going to stop because your blood sugar's not spiking anymore either. Chronic illnesses are going to greatly diminish, and perhaps many people, many just don't have it anymore. Like me and the Hashimoto's, like thyroid thing, pills, and like maybe getting my thyroid burned off and stuff. Gone. No. It blows my mind. So this is what I ultimately believe, and then I will stop this live stream. What I ultimately believe is when you are metabolically healthy and you bring yourself, you give your body the chance to heal, and you get back to your state of health, your most vital, strongest, expressive state of health that you can have, then you can begin to eat some of the ketogenic foods from the earth, from the earth, whole foods from the earth, not packaged, ready-made keto cakes and stuff like that. Not that. Nothing like that. No. And, if we were out hunting and gathering and we ran across an apple tree in the right season, we'd probably be stuffing our faces with the apples. Doesn't mean that you're going to stuff your face with apples every single day. Now, these things are when you are metabolically healthy. As long as you're getting outbreaks, you're not metabolically healthy. Something is not quite right. You are glitching, like, your engine isn't running smoothly. We need to get there. And when you get there, if you eat an apple, especially, hopefully, from a tree, then you're going to be okay. If you eat 100 apples, well, you might want to think about that, but if you eat an apple and it's real you're going to be okay. And you can monitor and see what happens. Eat one apple, let a few days pass, see if you have any reactions, and you will. Perhaps you won't sleep as well. Perhaps you have some kind of achy thing coming in. Remember me and my watermelon this summer? Yeah. You will notice when things aren't going well. If I start getting an arthritic pain, aches, and you're kind of stiff, I wonder why, right? How come I don't have it now? Because I don't eat anything. I'm a carnivore, except for my coffee, right? Except for my coffee. No sugars, nothing. Again, it's just black coffee with butter and heavy cream, not milk. Heavy cream. So let's get this month started. Let's get ourselves moving. This is the challenge to myself this month is to start lifting weights. That is the one thing that I must do, especially as a woman at 60. I've always been the yoga type person, walking, cold water swimming, all of those things. But I need to lift weights. And if I had a gym to go to, that would be easy, that would be fine. I don't, and I have to do it here on my living room floor. And it's really hard for me to generate the motivation to actually do it. So if there's anyone out there who does lift weights and wants to hang out with me and I will be like